guys, this one has me. Look, it's just cutting different for two radios. I would cut it here if you had the crowd. I'm cutting it on and I'm drinking it here, cool, you know? Man, this is mine. I'm a Nintendo, I'm pulling it out of. Maybe it's tilting differently for you if you still not like it. Maybe Queen somewhere could still like a nice mountain with a hot house and we're cooking different, cooked it well. But we're cooking it here like the crab had it for us, you know? Still to us, we're cooking it for crabs. Man, the king still had perfume. He had those crabs crawling on him, and it's all ocean everywhere to him. Finning it like an angler, you know. He fishes it and admits how much of the child has it. It's just stretching him for worm. He couldn't tape out as he would too. It's stretching for crabs wherever we cut it is a couple of R's, and it's cutting in just different for our crabs. Man, we seem to be cutting it like it is crabs too, as maybe we could cut across. Could be different crabs if you crabbed it different, cut it different. God damn, this one literally is a liquid. I cut it for 12. Whatever it has before it has alcohol, it has mine, and then four crabs. Like it's cutting them right on Tiangong, spinning around like people jizz there to get to the gasoline. And that was just the gas we were trying to mine there, Lean. Like, yeah, as they can know, it would mine you small, sink you small for something you ate on the moon, different for Hank Hill as well. But we do it well, just like Hank Hill. And you'd hill it like you'd Hank, like where the bird was fried on the eggs, like it flew on right for the river. It was flying on for pirates right now, you know? We're flying it on. Amsterdam number 93 had it for a shag back when. We were liquid computers in 93. We'd sell them then for crabs, like we were throwing them in for Nintendo, where he just had some in the market. Probably had our food then. We were cutting them later when it cut for crabs and silk, you know. We just silked them in like we had the crab. We still had it king for the Alaskans like they were burning the road as different boats. God damn. We were cutting them like they were the liquid computer. They already had it for crabs. But they bombed it out well, you know, just something doesn't for organs, so. This guy is the Barbadian who is the naturopath. He has it for crabs, you know what's going on to his painting events is like airy burns different. I have no idea. But like that one did cut for our crabs, you know? Minefield synthetic just spawns so well to cook us so well. It's legally a paper like the elephant will eat this one. If it's all she has. Man, this minefield's still all around. Someone had it for Minecraft, cutting it different. But I'm going back. I'm gonna go cut it twice. It's a literal piston door. Still. It would piston these as a door somewhere else. Where we still had the spider for caves. So I was going there for him. In the mouse. Trying to find it. And it's all the statues we still have that look out for caves where we have wool that still skies as a block and someone dies at first. And it has our logo looking right. And money can hide behind it. Like we didn't look at it right. But we cut it for crabs. Like we were crabbing for cutting it different. We'd crab it next. It was cutting somewhere, I swear. This cut for the logo. We were mining it different like it wasn't clouds. It was all a woman to us long ago. We just knew her by her color. It was crabbing to us nets. You just had some of the animals where that was a spawner, like the organism could do it to us if we brought enough of it there. And we were bringing it here like we have it. For crabs. We would put it back on. Grab it, right? It's just part of it, but it's going for crab's nest. Man, we probably cut that one like we had the crabs and just fell in the tree how much of it was already fine. It was looking at it different for someone who was crabbing like it. God damn. But it's having us for crabs where we cut it, you know? It's having us right here. It's tea to us. It's tea coming to us, maybe. But we cut it different, I swear we did. Spun it different in the chair like we screwed it to the water already. And we're doing that a little bit. God, it's going to be back as rats I still have. And then cache it as different parts of it. And open it there and everything. Like they had tea for those crabs and it was a siren to them long ago. They already had all the worm. Like they were plucking some of it out. They admitted how much of it was still. Or just mined it out like they had ash in it and they weren't shitting on it. And it wasn't seed to somebody for ash. For crabs, so when they were cutting it for the next news, they crab in, crab out like they were shitting it right. And it was fresh for them when they had it for crabs. But I just pluck it out like I was plucking in, plucking out for more there, crabs. They were biting me right for crabs. Like the helicopter pilot literally did it to my ancestor's vulva. I had it for his crabs like they cut me for his crab. I didn't understand Tion Foragong, you know? It wasn't naturopathic to me when I draw parts of it in right long ago. But I'm grabbing it now like it still has the coral microwave for it for well different. And it's tea to someone who still has a news that has the crabs. But she's washing it all there. Or it's washing off and it's still for someone for cooking. And she'll do it for crabs. Like she's cutting for them. Man, let's make up to you if your war wasn't spicy to you. God damn. I'm eating it in like I cook it all here. I'm cooking it, and it's like that's what I'm cutting. What I'm not eating. You know, I'm cooking it for your crabs. Like you'll burn me out skating next. You don't even know how. You probably don't know the crabs, but it's what it's gonna be. It's gonna be your gonna next. It's gonna crab, and it's gonna skate well. It won't shop right out where it has a cable or even anything bedpan. Man, now I just cut it right now where it's still tea to me. Like that's spicy. That's cutting for our crabs right here where we have one for Tian going crabs. Man, and if you would cut someone for a crab, it would just fly different to you. It's all aluminum them you caught. Like, guys were eating too much with that when they had date rape. They could literally fly it in here still. Man, that crab has still probably had it for parts of the tape. Like it was crabbing in well and doing it for different parts. Like if that crab was your check it in, check it out or something, I don't know. But it was checking well like it had the crabs already and was doing it for part of it that was a statue already. For the camera that saw it for crabs in the universe long ago and was admitting to probably how much of it was Nintendo's crabs. Like if you do Nintendo with it, you're probably gonna get it back for crabs and different chips. But you kind of shipped it different for Texas and had something there you called worm tape. It was that way. Man, if you actually saw that, you'd probably get bad for genome that was stature. Like you tried to stalk it out where it just was some of us, And we were just cutting it where it was this crab shocked us on well. Like it was a good siren for our crab. We saw where it cut everyone out. And he was screaming at different for a spear kid, or at least he shit you something different. You ate fast on the road or something. I don't know what was cutting. Maybe we already have genome for his crabs or Geneva, and it's somewhere different in the minefield. Like it could be crabs if we stacked it different, but we're cutting him right now. And he is the crabs. Like they're Saudi to us now, like YouTube could give us crabs later, but we didn't know the cut. We just cut it small, like the road was dusty, and was probably a microphone and a Canon, and different things we didn't sell Saudi, or Sony, or whatever your product fucking was. It didn't focus for us right in the schools. I mean, I'm cutting it, or my guys are crabs. I literally throw someone on my floor. I throw it different, cut it different where it has a could crab that maybe. That's not concealment to me. It is a crab. Because most of mine in the naturopath minefield that already has these guys crabbing in, crabbing out, like they just have different ones that don't hold well, don't tip right. Women don't all clean it on the floor for the one that gives them the woman in there. And she's still a helicopter pilot for the last war, so she's not funny. Whereas all Titans do are diseases. But man, if you had it for her, you'd probably cut some of it for your crabs. Like you would crab it in, crab it out, and got some of the sleep. No one was getting it to Auntie Yangon like we were working hard. Fuck, if you actually worked and didn't have the vulva, you were, nothing was vulgar to you. Like it didn't crab well for Gnome. Like, fucking burnt all for a pipe back then when we had those crabs and weren't shitting directly into the ocean for ways we flew forward as fireworks, filmed it as different cameras, filmed it as funnier. Statue for it when you had children and were small for a Gnome went inside of you. Maybe if you didn't know the Gnome, you already flipping it for different crabs in Minecraft you already killed. Fucking killed 4 crabs here, like I'm throwing it. It's throwing at my floor different, Throwing for me. I'll throw it for crabs like I have it. I cut it. Didn't know the pepper, then I wasn't supposed to cook the man. I was cooking him chill, like yeah, he was a crab. I'd cook him so chill, I'd eat it so chill. I wasn't cooking for his crab, like they just had the man going. And I knew which end I was crabbing out for spice. Man, I think I crabbed out for some goldfish that didn't even do it to me then. But they do it in the morning when it was cheap to me to burn for crabs, and I was walking there. Man, I burned something out and admit I had safety gear if I had that for crabs. And I still had an EBT that came to me. Like it was providers to me before it was Propel, and I just Googled it like I was the professional still. And was the disabled person who was still walking like she was crabbing something on the minefield that cut different for a car. But man, I'm cutting it. We're having 298 like it had those crabs. Oh. But I cut it for mine if it was still a field. It's just updating for one of it doesn't know. Those are crabs. And just got small for 10 there where we probably had this crab. And it's like 5366. Like if it could be 666 to be 53, It was just updated 2 days ago, like we had that for crabs. And then we'd still it well for our crabs, which had a small when we took its screen for a shot, like if we were taking it again for another shot for our crabs. Like, I don't know what we have on Tiangong. It still spawns here as crab, and we can just see it. See it for us, yeah, we have. It's some of our food we want back shitting fast, like it could walk anyone. Man, I'd walk someone for crabs if he still had it 13 like it was 621 to him. He wasn't burning at all like it was his crabs. God, I just walked something different that wasn't crabs everywhere. I walked it 4 crabs like it cut me in half where it had the last woman for stature and it wasn't all Satan getting in and out of somebody's crabs. God damn it for crabs! If you still have anything Alaskan to sell, like it doesn't just shell Russians. Or at least kill them well enough for them to be animals to you when you just have the crab there. You know, anyone would keep Adolf as a Hitler with still the shell, like you would